So I was going to do a live stream, a study live stream. And I went to YouTube, and you have to wait 24 hours after you request live streams to start your first live stream for some reason. So instead, what I'm going to do is record my study session. Because why not? All right, here we go. So I'm on exercise 15 of Learn Python the Hard Way. And I'm going to read it out loud because you know what? It actually makes me learn better to read it out loud, which is crazy. It seems like if I physically talk through what I'm doing, I have better recollection. So here we go. Let me turn that down a little bit. Here we go. 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 Everything you've learned about raw underscore input and argv, aka argument variable, is so you can start reading files. You may have to play with this exercise the most to understand what is going on. So do it carefully and remember your checks. Working with files is an easy way to erase your work if you are not careful. This exercise involves writing two files. One is your usual ex15.py file that you will run, but the other is named ex15 underscore sample.txt. This second file isn't a script, but a plain text file we'll be reading in our script. Here are the contents of that file. This stuff I typed into a file. It is really cool stuff. Lots and lots of fun to have in here. I did already create exercise 15.py and exercise 15 underscore sample.txt. Pop quiz. How do you list hidden files, which in Linux are files beginning with a dot? Answer, I don't know. I think it's ls-a. Boom. I do know. It's ls-a. All right, pop quiz. How do you clear a Linux terminal, but also leave the history above the screen? Easy. -x. Clear -x. Now, if I scroll up, I can still see my history. If I don't want to see my history, well, clear -x. All right. What we want to do is open that file in our script and print it out. However, we do not want to just hard code the name ex15 underscore sample.txt into our script. Hard coding means putting some bit of information that should come from the user as a string right in our program. That's bad because we want it to load other files later. The solution is to use the argv and raw underscore input to ask the user what file the user wants instead of hard coding the file's name. Easy peasy, huh? Sounds good. Let's open ex15.py and let's open sample.txt. Now, you guys might notice that I'm using Windows 11, but I'm learning Python on Ubuntu terminal. It's because of this magical little thing we call, see, this is good when I get to speak out loud. It makes me have to remember stuff that I normally gloss over in the back of my head. I know what it is. I don't need to remember specifics. The specific name of it is something about LRM. Linux on Windows. WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux. And it's cool as shit, and you should use it, and it's amazing. And I can even run Linux programs like this text editor, gedit, or get it. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. What are we doing again? We have our ex15 py file. I've already written it down. I don't remember doing that, honestly. So let's do it over again, because I don't remember anything from this lesson so far. Delete. No, not end. Oops, that's the wrong. I can't see my keyboard. Delete. Let's turn off the lights. Boom, boom, boom. I just got a new keyboard. It is a Keychron, the 96% keyboard, so it has the numpad and everything. It's just smashed together. I can show it to you. Straight. Boom. It's the Keychron K4 hot swappable wireless Bluetooth / USB wired mechanical gaming keyboard, 96% layout, 100 keys, computer keyboard with Gateron G Pro brown switch, white LED backlight for Mac Windows version 2. And I replaced it comes with a yellow escape key and a yellow light control key. Over here, you can see the light control key. Right over here. You can make that orange, or you can make the escape key gray. I have just gray. I made everything gray. And I have it plugged in because I was playing World of Tanks earlier, and Bluetooth, gaming over Bluetooth, wireless keyboard sucks really bad. So it can either be Bluetooth wireless, and you can actually be hooked up to 3 devices. Not simultaneously. You can switch between 3 devices. It's pretty nice. I like it. I'm not used to the brown switches. I had blue switches, and I'm used to having resistance when I push down. So like it just slips down, and I mess up so often. So I'm gonna have to develop a lot more control with these brown switches. It is a lot quieter. So that's nice. So we're gonna retype. So this is what we want to type into the ex15 underscore sample.txt file. So let's do that. Oh, he doesn't have that indented. It's just indented in the text of the book. I don't actually have to indent it. All right, it is really cool stuff. Typo. One thing that I miss about my 10 keyless keyboard is that I could easily feel the arrow buttons without having to look down. So I could just move the cursor around with the arrow buttons without having to look down. But since this is all jammed together, I can't actually feel the difference between the arrow button and 0 or shift or control or 1. So that's something that's going to take some getting used to as well. There you go. Lots and lots of fun to have. So I did typing tests with this, and I got 60 words per minute. I have been much faster. I've been up to 80 words per minute, but I'm super rusty because I haven't been typing in a long time. My father he forced me to take typing in high school. I mean, this would have been 1995 or 1994, 1995 school year. So we were typing on computers, but they were green screen, text only, humongous beige boxes. So I'm super glad he made me do that anyway. I just hated that class. I'm so mad at him. I don't know. I thought I would never. He also not forced me. This is not true at all. He didn't force me at all. He suggested that we go together to a computer building class at the local community college. And I went with him and I loved it. So I've been building computers ever since then. Let's see what we have. Oh yeah, ex15.py. So from this input, I'm like super bad with this keyboard. Just not used to it. It's way too soft. Like I accidentally hit keys so often because I'm used to stiff, clicky keys that I could like rest my finger on and they won't. Like I could be super sloppy as long as because he had a lot more positive feedback on those boost switches. Then they weren't even like name brand boost switches; they were like Chinese junk boost switches, so they were even extra more stiff. All right, from this import are the oops. So sometimes I'll even hit a key too soft because I'm trying to find the balance. It's just a train wreck. Or the X equals open, and I should be now. I'm making a YouTube video. When I was talking out loud, not making a YouTube video, it helped me to concentrate. Now that I'm distracted and I'm recording myself, suddenly I have this weird stage fright where I can't think about what I'm doing. It's really annoying. So anyway, that's part of the reason why I'm just making these random videos, even though nobody's gonna watch them and they're shitty. At least I'm gonna get used to doing it. I'm gonna be used to being on video. If I'm just recording a lot, I'm posting shit in public all the time. It's like just not gonna be a big deal when I'm doing it, and it won't distract me so much that I'm not able to sing. Oh, oh, oh. Raw input. Nope. So I'm just gonna text again equals open file again. Like text a line is probably about it. All right. So listen. Did I end on line 15? I ended on line 15. So that's where I'm supposed to end. What's gonna be usually I double check my work as I'm going through and writing this shit down line by line. But since I didn't really do that, I'm going to have to go what the author recommends. Man, I should really know who wrote this book. It is Zed Shaw, and pretty sure he's bald too. So I'm in good company, or should I say he's in good company? Probably shouldn't say that. It's fucking retarded. All right, so he says go from the bottom, the end, what you're supposed to be transcribing all the way to the top. So we're going to do that. We're going to go print txt dot underscore again dot read. Got it. Okay, that one looks good. Txt underscore again equals open file underscore again. That looks good. File again, file underscore again equals raw underscore input, and then a caret. What is that? A greater than sign? Yeah. So parenthesis, comma, parenthesis, quote, greater than, space, quote, close parenthesis. That looks right. Print, type the file name again in quotes, type the file name again in quotes. Wouldn't matter if I had that here or not, but it's nice to have everything exact. Print txt.read. Print txt.read. This is going to print txt.read. It's not going to print. My ex-wife is poisoning the shit out of some rats. She has a garden up there eating their tomatoes. All right. Where were we? Print space txt.read. Print txt.read. What is that going to print? What the heck is txt.read? So from sys, we're going to import argv. That's simple. We just need to do that. Man, what did they call that? That's what we call this, Mr. Yeah, doesn't matter. It's going to print it for me. Zed Shaw. What is it? What does Mr. Zed Shaw call that? I mean, it's not Zed Shaw that calls it that. It is every programmer in the world. Let's look at my notes. I know I have a box. I know I looked at it. Modules give you features, aka libraries. Modules or libraries, you call them features. So you would remember what they are. I'm never going to remember. I don't know why. It really fucked me up. Should have just called them modules from the beginning. Now I'm just never going to remember what it's called. So this is you're importing the argv feature from the sys module. Then script file name argv. So this is when you put in your argument variable. That's going to be the file name. The file name is the name of the argument variable. Then you're going to text is going to open the file name. Txt. Oh yeah. So now this txt variable now equals open file name. Damn, I don't know what that does. Print here's your file name, and then print the txt.read. Lines 1 through 3 should be familiar. Use of argv to get a file name. All right, well, line 5 is new. Oh, that's okay. Jesus. We're using a new command right now. Run PyDoc. Open and read the instructions. All right, let's do that. Man, how do you run PyDoc again? I have that written down as well. Because it's different since this book was published. It was kind of a pain in the butt to set up Python 2 in Ubuntu because everything's slightly different. You can't just install Python 2 like it says in the text. So I hope he does an updated version of this book or explains. Be nice if somebody. Oh yeah, dude, that's what I'm gonna start a website to guide people through how to set this shit up. All right, eventually, someday I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Oh, also, by the way, I was supposed to work today. Got to work. They were like, bobtail up to Pasco, Washington. I was like, all right. When I get up there tomorrow morning, are there going to be loads to bring back down from Pasco, Washington? And he was like, let me check. No. So I was like, okay, so do you want me to come back tomorrow and go up to Pasco, Washington? He was like, yeah, do that. So I had left. I drove an hour to work and then drove an hour home for no reason. Okay. We're going to open PyDoc. PyDoc 2. And we're going to open. Okay. PyDoc 2, open. Open. Then the name, mode, buffering, file object. Open a file using the file type, returns a file object. This is the preferred way to open a file. See file underscore underscore doc underscore underscore for further information. Got how to. Another thing, BG, see what's running in the background. PyDoc 2, and then we can go to disown. Clean stop job 1, put the process group 1. Boom. Now we can go BG, see what's running in the background. No such job. Clear.x. Boom. All right, so apparently open is a command. PyDoc 2, open. The function. The built-in function. It's easy. Open is a built-in function. 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 Built-in function. Open is a built-in function. Open is a built-in function. Open is a built-in function. Line 7, we print a little line, but on line 8, we have something very new and exciting. We call a function on text. What you got back from open is a file, and it's also got commands you can give it. You give a file a command by using the dot or period, the name of the command, and parameters. Just like with open and raw input. The difference is that when you say txt.read, you are saying, hey, text, do your read command with no parameters. So, yes, we're going to run using Python. We're going to run ex15.py, and our argument variable is going to be ex15 underscore sample.text. Here's your file. Here's you file. Did I write that? Did print here's your file. Did I not save it? Write the file name again. ex15 underscore. Let's do that again. Might not have saved it because it should say here's your file, not here's you file. So perhaps I didn't save it. I think I deleted it, rewrote it, and never saved it. That's what I'm pretty sure I did. So apparently my original version had here's you file. So this one should say here's your file when I run it this time. So using Python, we're going to run ex15.py with the argument variable ex15 underscore sample.txt. Here's your file, ex15 underscore sample.txt. This stuff I typed into a file. This is really cool stuff. Lots and lots of fun to have in here. Type the file in the game. Blah, blah, blah. Type the file a name again, ex15 underscore sample.txt, and boom. So that's nice. What's it doing? So in my own words, from the system, oh, damn, from the system module, we're importing the argv function, argument variable. Then line 3, script file name, we're establishing the variables of argv. The script name is just the file name, ex15.py. File name is our sample file, ex15 sample.txt. Those are just entered when we run the program. Then txt equals open file name. So open is a function, a built-in function. So open is a built-in function. So we're saying txt equals, is txt a variable at this point? Txt must be a variable. or just gotta be right. The txt here, we're just proclaiming a variable, right? Is that the right terminology? Proclaiming a variable. I don't know. But I don't see any other. Line 5, we are using a new command. I get it. The open is a module built into Python. Function, not a module. A module is txt or sys. Function writing in my notes the difference between difference between a module and a built-in function. You want to see this? But there's built-in functions. I.e., open function versus built-in functions, i.e. the open function. Make that bigger so I can read it. Quick reference notes. But it doesn't tell me what the txt is doing. I'm assuming txt is now a variable that equals the open function on file name. Open a file using the file type returns a file object. This is the preferred way to open a file. Line 7, we print a little line. Line 8, we have something new and exciting we call a function on txt. Well, you got back from open as a file, and it's also got commands you can give it. You give a file a command by using the dot or period, the name of the command, and the parameter. So txt less than 15. Are gonna help me understand what's happening here? It's gotta be when he completely glosses over what TXT is, so I'm assuming that it's just a variable. But what kind of variable is it? It's not. It can't be. The variable is a string or a float number. It can't be a built-in module called open. Do not get it. I do not get it. This did not go well. Oh, well, sure TXT is just a variable because notice how, like your own scripts and raw input, it takes a parameter and returns a value you can set to your own variable. So TXT is just a variable. You can set this open module to your own variable. All right. Well, that's not going to be easy to remember, but open's a built-in module, and you can set it to your own variable. Cool. The way you open a file, and in this case, the file we're opening is ex15 underscore sample.txt. And don't ask me to explain it any better than that, because I'm pretty sure that's all there is to it. All right. What you should see. Well, this is definitely what we saw. It definitely worked. I am hanging on my fingernails, understanding it. So that's going to slip easily out of my brain. Hopefully, we build on this lesson in lesson 16. And it stays in my memory. All right, study drills. This is a big jump, so be sure you do this study drill as best you can before moving on. Above each line, write out in English what that line does. So, this line imports, oh no, since we're using notes, and notes are in English, we should probably stick as close to proper English as we can. Imports a module. Oh god, open as a function, not a module. I've been misspeaking. Imports the module imports argv function feature from the module this. Boom. Argv short for argument variable allows the program to import a variable, in this case, Jesus Christ. What is it? 83 lines? How many lines is it impolite to go over? Not lines. How many lines? How long of a string is it impolite to go over in Python? It's 84? Some arbitrary number? Arbitrary number. It is rude to go over in Python. Good. Well, that Shah mentioned it before, and I don't remember it, so I'm going to break the rule. It seems like over here. I'm going to go way over here. That seems rude. Let's go shorter. This seems rude. Let's go shorter. Home. I got to learn on this keyboard where all these things are. Home. I am home. Home is when I'm in love with you. The program to import a variable from this allows the program to import a variable at runtime from the user. I'm just gonna go over the 80 goddamn whatever shits. Basis characters, 80 characters a line. 80 characters per line. Does that do characters include spaces? The internet should know this. Do characters include spaces? Yes, all characters count, and they include spaces, letters, and numbers, and punctuation. Imports argv feature from the module sys. Argv, short for argument variable, allows the program to import a variable at runtime from the user. Period. All right, what's the next line do? Let's check that out. Script. Why I wasn't typing? Script. All right, so this defines the name of the variables that will be entered by the user at runtime. First will home. I am home. Home is when I'm in love with you. First will be my script. File name. No, that's confusing. The file we are running as the variable script The second, probably don't double space when you're making notes. The second, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, will define the name of the file we will be opening in this case program. I know these are super overly long and complex explanation, but I'm just trying to remember shit. All right, so without looking at our notes, this is the line I have the most trouble with. I am going to say this does assigns a variable name to a function. Is it a function? Pop quiz. It is. Function called open, which is built into Python. Assigns a variable name to a function called open, which is built into Python. All right, guys, tell me if that is accurate or not. Tell me I'm the biggest idiot in the world. I'll be fine with it. Just need to know if that summarizes accurately what's happening there. Assigns a variable name, i.e. txt, not i.e., that's not an example. In this case, txt name txt in this case to a function called open. The open function is built into Python. End of the world. Probably not double spacing. Ah, fuck it. Someday somebody's going to tell me the proper way to take notes. It probably changes company to company. All right, print. Here's your file. And this uses the little thing we have called string formatting to insert the name of the file entered by the user. Jeez, this is going to be a long explanation. Uses the little old thing we call string adding to insert the variable argv defined by the user at runtime into a print string command. Uses a little old thing we call string formatting to insert the argv, which was defined into a print string command. Use a little old thing we call string formatting to insert the argv, which was defined by the user at runtime, into a print string command. That is a run-on sentence. What is the print txt.read? Well, the read is also a built-in function, is it not? I don't know. Let's go back and look at the explanation of line 7. In line 7, we print a little line, but on line 8. Whatever. Line 8, we have something very new and exciting we call a function on txt, which is a variable assigned to a built-in function called open. What you got back from open is a file, and it's also got commands you can give it. You give a file a command by using the dot or period. So you can, what you got back from open is a file. And so read is a command. God, so many fucking obscure things that I have no reference for. A module, a feature, a library, a function, and a command. I think half of learning how to program is getting the terminology straight. Because as far as I know, a module could be the same thing as a feature, which could be the same thing as a function, which could be the same exact thing as a command. Because how would I know what? I have no reference for what all these things are. I don't know if these are specific to Python. I don't know if they're specific to programming. I don't know if they're specific to 3 programming languages and not another 18 programming languages. Like, how this has got to be explained better at the beginning. I guess it can't be. I guess you just have to do it. I guess that's what he said in the beginning of the book. Is he's like, I don't have a way to explain to you things that you have no reference for. There's no, like, you just have to do it until you figure out a reference. Oh yeah, I was listening to a podcast today called My First Million. I probably mentioned this in a previous video, and he was saying, is it Sean? I don't know. Who, one of the hosts. There's this type of learning how to write called copy something. It's not copywriting, obviously. They were talking about copywriting, but it's not the same word. It's a very similar word. It's just like copy road or copy. It's the way they used to teach writing in school, is you would get a story and you would write it out word for word, and eventually figure out the rules of writing. It's like he said, it also compared it to learning music, where you can, you just copy, you're mimicking. I'm just here mimicking, apparently. Goddamn Zed Shaw. This is what you told me to do. This is what I'm doing. I'm mimicking, and you're stretching my brain. And someday I will have a clear understanding of the difference between a module, a library, a function, and a command. I'm putting my faith in you, Zed Shaw. I'm putting my faith in you, Zed Shaw, that you're going to help me figure this out, buddy. All right, what the hell was I doing? We call a function on txt. What you got back from open is a file, and it's also got commands. You can give it. So open is a built-in function of Python. I use that built-in function to call a file. Once I've called that file, I can impose commands upon it, which I'm assuming are commands also built into Python. You can give a file a command by using the dot, the name of the command, and parameters. So we're using the read command with no parameters on the txt variable to which I had assigned the open command. Nope, the open function. It's very confusing. You can see why this is confusing to people. All right, here we go. That's actually, it's fine. You know what? We can deal with this. We're learning a new language. Just fucking deal with it. The difference is that when you say txt.read, so dot is how you call the command read with parameters, but in this case, we're not introducing any parameters. We're just slamming the whole shebang down on read with this dot right there. Just fucking read. We don't goddamn care how you, like, what? There's no parameters. Read everything. Goddamn vomit the whole file. Just do it. You are saying, hey, text, do your read command with no parameters. That's a nice way of saying it. I'm saying, goddamn, destroyed it with that command. Read forever. I'm surprised it just doesn't read it forever. It just never stops reading it. All right, there. I guess that's probably why I'm not a programmer yet. The remainder of the file is more of the same, but we'll leave the analysis to you in the study drill. So I did the first study drill. Dude, I don't want to do it anymore. I have to, because this is another complicated part that I'm having trouble wrapping my mind around. But I have to do it. Here, we are imposing a read command. Let's capitalize that much. Command on the txt variable using a dot. But we are using no. Come on, bud. There's a technical word you got to remember. We are using no parameters. Beep, beep, boop, bop. This is easy. Here we're just printing a string. And then here we are prompting the user for an input. Input via raw input. What's raw input called? Forgive me for using Bing. It's just here. I actually like the PDF reader in Bing. It's literally the only thing I use it for. If you could uninstall it from Windows, I would. But since you can't, I just use the stupid. I just use it for PDFs. It's nice for PDFs. As far as I know, there's probably better stuff. Whatever. Anne Heche's death revealed. Yeah, she burned to death in a car accident, man. Okay, let's not get distracted by the news. Goddamn trash. What is raw input called? Generic input. No. Is raw input a function? Yes, raw input is a built-in function. Goddamn, I'm a champion. All right. Similar to the open function, which is also a built-in function of Python. Prompting. It's not prompting, it's prompts. Prompts either for an input via the raw, via the raw input, the built-in raw input. All right, text again equals open file again. Shit. No, I'm confused. How a true cancer looks like. That's a Reddit notification, folks. For World of Tanks. I'm very tempted to click on it, but I'm not going to do that right now. I need to quit playing that game. It's going to destroy my life. Let's see. Not even good at it. Text underscore. LinkedIn. I gotta disable notifications. Jesus goddamn Christ! I need to disable notifications. Because I'm gonna get to see all facets of my life. Be born raw and naked before you. So the TXT again. Oh, goddamn! This is very simple. You're just using the built-in open function once again here. How did you put it? Just setting my own variable. How did we say it? God, this could be written better. The difference is that when you say txt.read, oh, that's not it. It's up here. Takes it. Nope, that's not it either. God damn, where is it? Yes, set your own variable. It takes a parameter and returns a value. You can set your own variable. So it's just like I was confused about txt. Txt again is just setting my own variable to open. We're calling the open function on file underscore again. Then we're going to run the read command on that set on that variable I set for the function open, which is opening. Jesus Christ, it's so confusing. But I get it. I mean, I'm getting it. I don't get it. I'm getting it. So we're imposing the read command via the dot on txt again, which is just a variable we just proclaimed. It's not proclaimed. I can't remember what the word is for the variable we have. Whatever. Where did we get file underscore again? Don't understand where we got. Oh, no. Where did we get file underscore? Don't understand where we got this. File underscore again. So we have file name, which was established with the argv when the program was run. We have txt, which is the variable we gave to the function open. Then we put file name into a string. We impose the read command on txt using the dot period. Then we printed type the file name. The file again, raw input. That's file again. Bam! All right. So we got that from the raw input. We typed in the file again, and now we assigned it file again instead of file name. We've literally just changed. File name variable still exists. We've created a new variable called file again. Okay. Jesus. I don't know. Maybe this is super simple. It just seems like it's overly complicated. Maybe on purpose. So you try to struggle to figure out what file again is. But basically, we have file name, which is ex15 underscore sample.txt. And then we have a new variable that we've just created with raw input called txt underscore again, which is also equal to ex15 underscore sample.txt. So both those are the same. I mean, they're different variables with the same, they both equal the same thing. Currently. Obviously, we could change that. And then we print out txt again. No, we don't. We print out the read function command, not a function, the read command posed by the period on txt underscore again. We print that out. All right, man. I think I got it. txt again. Creates a new variable. Input by the user, which also equals ex15 underscore sample dot txt. Now, would it be accurate? Nobody's going to watch this, but if someday somebody watches this, would it be accurate to say creates a new variable input by the user, which also is equal to, that's how I remember that symbol, is equal to ex15.sample.text? Or would it be more accurate to say, which also equals? So I know is equal to is like a comparison. You could do like a Boolean value on, but equals is a signs. So I'm thinking it's this is equal to, which also equals example. Now, this uses the built-in. The more I repeat this, the better I'm going to remember it. So, function. No, it's not a built-in function. God damn it. It's just a command. Read posed upon txt the variable txt underscore again by the infamous dot, aka the dot, the nip. Uses the command read imposed upon the variable txt underscore again by the infamous dot. Rinse it out for the user. Not again, because this is a new variable, but I had a very hard time understanding this. Smiley face. Boom. Let's save that bitch. All right, man. That's the most challenging damn lesson I've done so far. Oh yeah, I still have study drills, but I'm gonna quit. My goal, call them giggle goals. I got it from who the fuck did I get that from? I don't know. I don't have a great memory. I'm not gonna make a great programmer. So there's giggle goals, and that was my giggle goal. I had to do one lesson. And it actually took way longer than I thought it would. I burned through those other lessons way faster. So this is a long ass video. It's gonna take a long time to upload, and it's gonna be a giant waste of space on YouTube servers because nobody's gonna watch it. But once again, I'm signing off from inside the trailer, and I will check you guys next time. Late.